こんにちは、トリシです。今日は新たなシリーズとなるとっても面白い動画を紹介します。私が一番詳しいアメリカ文化の世界へ皆さんにも飛び込んでもらおうと思います。英語ネイティブのような考え方をするために役立つアメリカの習慣やアメリカ人の会話、思考パターンなどに注目していきます。動画に入る前に概要欄のタイムタグや AtoZ のホームページをご覧いただくとより詳しい情報を掲載されていますのでぜひチェックを。ホームページでは AtoZ はどんなことをしているのか無料体験レッスンのご予約もできちゃいます。今後動画見逃さないようにこの動画のいいねとチャンネル登録を忘れなく。それでは本日の動画を始めていきましょう。A question I get asked a lot around this time of year is why do Americans like Halloween so much? Now, I'm only one American and I've lived in Japan for about 15 years, but I'll try my best to answer the question. First, much better. We can't have a Halloween video without wearing a Halloween costume, right? Before we talk about Halloween traditions in America today, we have to take a quick look at its history. So let's go.
Halloween started out as the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Samhain marked the end of the summer and autumn harvest season and signaled the start of the cold, dark winter. On the night of October 31st, people believed that the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead blurred, and that ghosts could walk the earth. So, during Samhain, people would light big bonfires and wear costumes to confuse the ghosts who were said to come back to the world of the living on this day. Now, fast forward about 2,000 years. Colonists came to America, and some of them brought these ancient traditions with them. These traditions then fused with some Native American traditions. As you might already know, America is called a melting pot of cultures and ethnicities. So after the first round of colonists, more and more people immigrated to the country, and more Halloween traditions got added. Traditions like this guy. This is what our first jack-o'-lanterns looked like. It's a turnip. The legend of the jack-o'-lantern is said to be about a man named Stingy Jack. He played tricks on the devil and was cursed to walk the earth forever with only a turnip light to guide his path. We put jack-o'-lanterns outside of our homes on Halloween to keep spirits like Stingy Jack from coming inside. But what about traditions in 2023? Maybe the most well-known modern tradition is trick-or-treating. This is where children in costumes go door to door saying trick or treat to get candy. These days, there is a lot more focus on treat rather than trick. Basically, all the kids have to do is say the phrase and they get candy, so there isn't any need to trick anyone. More recently, a lot of towns hold a trunk or treat event. This might be held in a church or school parking lot. People will give out candy from the trunk or back of their cars. In some areas, it's considered safer than going door to door. Another one of the modern traditions that sticks out in my mind are Halloween parties. I don't just mean going to a friend's house for a costume party and games. I'm mostly talking about the ones we had at my elementary school. We got to wear our costumes to school and have a class party where everyone brought candy and snacks. It was a pretty special day to us kids. One thing that might shock you if you visited America around Halloween is the amount of houses that decorate their front yards for the season. Some houses put up scary displays outside, and it's always a lot of fun to drive around and see what people can think up. You might see haunted house decorations, graveyards, or even a zombie attack. The possibilities are endless. But where do people find decorations like that? At another very American modern Halloween tradition, Spirit Halloween. This is a giant pop-up store that is only open during the fall season. They usually rent out large, empty commercial buildings. The location might change each year, but you can usually find at least one of these stores in a lot of big cities. They sell everything you could possibly need for Halloween. Decorations, party favors, costumes, and accessories. And then there is the candy. A lot of different kinds of candy.
So this brings us back to the original question of why do Americans like Halloween so much? Well, in my opinion, it comes down to two pretty big things. It's a sense of nostalgia, and it's just spooky fun. It's not about going out, dressing up, and drinking until dawn. It's about still feeling the thrill of trick-or-treat in our hearts as adults. It's about still wondering if there is a possibility of seeing a ghost. It's about wearing a Halloween costume and for one magical night, becoming anyone or anything you can think of. So, happy Halloween! 待て待て! いいね押した。登録した？忘れないでね。それと、ハロウィンの思い出、もしあればコメント入れてください。で、あとは、好きなお菓子もしあれば、それも書いてください。私はね、いっぱいあるんですよ。甘いものが大好きだから。皆さんのお気に入りお菓子、気になります。だから、コメントお願いします。では、今日はここまでです。See you next time!